Don't think about the Olympics as a 2 or 4 week event. Think about it as a 50-year opportunity to get the funding we need to create the great place that we all want to live in.
I feel it's our duty as professionals within the industry to really focus and provide a lot of high quality advice back to government to help them to make the right decisions to account for what is the fastest growing region in the country.
These are the opportunities that we work together, we can actually create these extraordinary moments of liberation for people. This is where we start collaborating together. We can't do it with ego. Collaboration is our key. Humility with wisdom is our catalyst to growth. The brilliance that's coming out of our city, our export growth alone is 7 times faster than the rest of Australia in the health economy. For the last 22 quarters, Brisbane was the fastest growing capital of anywhere in Australia. And the last 21 quarters, we had the fastest growing GDP. The growth is extraordinary. Our city is going from strength to strength. The Olympics is a gift. We work together. Humility is our key. Collaboration is our superpower.
Moments like this, Cathy Freeman winning the Games, it touches a nation. And the vision for that precinct was just announced last week, the 2050 vision. Great example of future thinking and what the legacy can mean to a city. We're not building a London-type precinct or a Homebush-type precinct. The city is the precinct. What we do with that is up to us.
To give us some perspective, I wanted to look back at the city on the same juncture points to see how we've changed. 36 years ago, in 1988, Brisbane made a bold decision. We threw a 6-month party, attracting over 16 million visitors, and a $600 million gamble revitalised a really old part and dysfunctional part of Brisbane, turning the river from a functional waterway into a vibrant focal point. Expo 88 gifted us South Bank and the Cultural Precinct, legacies that continue to be crowded today. This bold move, I believe, laid the foundations for the city that we know today. To truly seize this moment, we have to think big. We have to create drama. We have to create landmarks and experiences that will draw people in and hold them there. My vision for Brisbane is that we need to look at it as a whole and we need to embrace our identity. I do believe we've got a clear identity, and I think that we're the River City. We're a city with an amazing climate, we're an active early morning city, and we celebrate the river. This should be the focus of our planning.
Mobility could be the heartbeat of Brisbane transformation. And a city that grows with us, filled with spaces, places that makes life better every day. An exciting city to explore, the river city we call home. Imagine a Brisbane where everyone, kids, grandparents, families, can easily reach opportunity that shapes their life. It connects to social mobility. Mobility can be the foundations of Brisbane legacy, laying the groundwork for sustainable growth, better living, and a city that attracts people from all over the world, creating a strong, connected community. Imagine a city designed with care, building just what we need, and prioritizing long-term benefit. Streets are designed for walking and maximizing biking, driverless public transport running continuously, in high demand areas, creating a 24/7 transport network that's reliable and efficient. This is a Brisbane that feels connected, sustainable, and built just for us. A city where we are less depending on cars, reducing our carbon footprint, and live healthier life. This is the legacy we want to create together. A Brisbane where no matter where we live, have safe, accessible, sustainable, and efficient mobility.
There's a downside to major events, and I'm not saying that we can absolutely end homelessness by hosting the games. I'm talking mainly about housing and homelessness tonight because I think that's the bit that's underdone with our legacy plan. It doesn't really feature, other than the conversion of the Athletes Village stock into possibly social and affordable housing and accessible housing post-games. That might be 10,000 dwellings. Our interest is in the entire housing market and what that looks like and what shape it takes pre and post-games. But this diversity of housing product in the middle for different types of people, for different living, future living, is something that we're really struggling with. So starting to incentivise that as part of our housing mix and investing in that and creating community off the back of that is also a huge opportunity.
We start with this very simple idea that Brisbane, between now and shortly after 2032, our population is going to double. Everything I say times two. I know it's more complex than that. But there are some fundamentals which actually mean that's true. So where is our second CBD? Where is South Bank 2.0? Where is the second city that we need to build for ourselves and for our children and for our children's children? The city has exploded in terms of the population, but we haven't delivered that significant, high-value, open space strategy that works like tourism infrastructure. And we're not talking about them as venues anymore. We're talking about them as knowledge infrastructure. And that's really important. So because if we can get all of these things to work together, not only do we create this fantastic, compelling event precinct, where Tay-Tay doesn't skip over us anymore, she comes here, but at the same time we can actually have another show next door and a major event and a huge plaza to celebrate it all, and a fantastic piece of the city that people come to and stay and enjoy, South Bank 2.0. Not only can we do all of that, but we can actually create one of the most significant sports health science centres of excellence by stitching into our universities and stitching into our health infrastructure. So the important thing around a successful master plan is to leverage all of the things that we already have, the underlying and latent potential of our city to be a great city and to have a unique narrative and offer that internationally when we do have this moment.
The conversation at the moment is all about labour and how that works. So we're talking about a two-speed economy, about activity between private and public spend, and how do we get all of that done. And that's not even bringing into account the Olympics and everything that needs to happen around that. And again, not just the stadiums, but the periphery around it, the housing and everything about that, the infrastructure. Construction and development touches a lot of different people and a lot of different efforts that go into the process. We can't just rely on labour or pushing more labour or bringing in more immigration, because then that brings up other influences or other situations like housing. But bricklaying robots, things that lay out wall plans and things like that, or mechanical ducting, these are the things that aren't super scary robotics. They're things that we can implement now that just chip away at the efficiencies of what we're doing. If we're looking beyond the 2032 mark, we have a lot to do for 8 years, but using that as a basis for how we can actually turn construction in Brisbane on its head and really embrace change and digital and technology.
The natural master plan already exists. The Maiwar, the Brisbane River, the bay, the mountains are all framing our city. And with the increasingly sameness of our global cities, our natural environment is the one most distinctive quality that we have here in Brisbane. by 2086, wouldn't it be great if this was a template for a truly 20-minute city where it was bounded by our natural ridgelines and really working with its creek lines? And one of the most audacious goals would be to be able to walk through or cycle through or run through the creek lines and not have to cross a road. I mean, these are audacious goals, but I think we've got to put them out there.
We have one chance to go for gold. We have to make sure we win.